How's it going, boys? It's me, your favorite Snake Souls merchant. You have probably read or seen a video about a revenge story, or maybe a nuclear revenge story. Some of them are pretty fun, some of them are even pretty good, like a lot of damage has been done to people who deserve it. But man, I gotta tell you, some of those revenge stories are absolutely pure cringe. They are committed by absolutely the lowest type of humans in the world that are possible. And the thing is, every single one of these stories is upvoted and there are people who can relate and say, yeah, you showed them. And man, listening or reading some of those stories, I cannot just help to cringe. Sure, there are good stories where someone gets wronged by someone and they absolutely obliterate them, as you by the way should. Some of those stories pretty much go like this. My landlord was a dick to me and they said I can't do something, so I spent a whole week researching, asking people questions, didn't sleep at all, and the next time I saw them, I pointed out the statues that say that I'm allowed to do this extremely minor thing, and the landlord said, well, okay, do it. I really showed them. Man, some of those stories are that. And that's like the most not cringe interpretation of these ones. Some of these stories are essentially someone who has completely no power over their lives. Someone who gets pushed around constantly because they simply do not have an existential spine even to speak of. But one day decides that they are gonna say no to the most meaningless thing ever that doesn't even matter at all. And then they spend all this time doing all of these things, not sleeping, not doing anything productive, just to make someone say no. But person that's saying no at the end or saying yes at the end because they're forced to, relatively doesn't even lose anything. It is pure insanity. And there's a bunch of people who are like, yeah, you really did show them, protect yourself, that is right, I hope they understood what they did wrong. No, when I see a nuclear revenge story, usually it's someone being abused because they're just spineless. And that's pretty much the end of it. But these stories can go to points insanity. Like the delusion these people have when they do these types of things is astronomical to say the least. One of my favorite all-time stories about this nuclear revenge stuff is some dude who worked in IT or something like that. A new boss came in, and that new boss did not like them. So they made their life hard, you know? And for like 6 months or a year or however long, they just took it all. They just took it all. They came to work, they were unhappy, the boss was laughing at them, abusing them pretty much, and, you know, slowly, they gathered this evidence, right, to destroy their boss. And at the end of the day, yeah, they go and present to HR some kind of stuff, and the boss gets reprimanded, or maybe the boss gets even fired. Well, first of all, this is the part people don't understand. If we're talking about someone who is in a boss position, someone who is in a manager position, managers don't give a shit usually if they're fired unless the job is super sweet and pays a lot. Managers can just find a new job pretty easily. Like, people who stack crates have sometimes a harder time finding a job than manager positions, because simply people don't try to get into manager positions because they think they are not good enough for them. You know? And in this story, that person took it up the ass for like almost a year. And after that, he compiles all this evidence how their manager was absolutely ass to them and stuff like that. And the guy gets him fired. The guy, after resigns himself, finds a new job. And, you know, the job doesn't pay more. The job's probably worse than his old job. You know, no benefits because he worked there for 5 or whatever X years. And, you know, the manager's fired. And turns out, the guy, because he is just that petty, has taken tabs on the manager, what the manager is doing after. After the manager got fired, he made his own business, which now is a booming success, and the guy continues to spite the manager because, you know, spineless. he creates a program because he had the contacts or something about somehow he got the emails of all the employees of the new the old manager's new business, and he like once a year sends a bunch of spam emails to all of those emails and thinks it's fucking hilarious or something like that. Hey, I'm showing him who's boss. Dude, how is that nuclear revenge? How the hell did you spy that person? You took it up the ass for almost a year or something. After the manager got fired, he decided to make his own business and now is a booming success. And some magically how, it's a absolutely 10 out of 10 revenge story. And I don't get it. And a lot of these revenge stories are just like that. It's like you're not actually committing revenge here. You are taking it up the ass for an extended period of time, and then you are helping that person out. Like, I have watched videos about a couple of these, and man, so many times these people try to do something like that, and maybe they get that person fired. But they have spent a year living miserably because they simply didn't have the balls to do anything. Oh my god, it is just absurd. It is legitimately absurd in my opinion how these people even live their lives. They can't stand up to themselves, their life is miserable for huge periods of time, and at the end, they get someone fired who most likely will find a new job in a month, which also, considering it's a managerial position, will pay more than his previous job. How is this nuclear revenge? It should be called nuclear helping. Oh man, the amount of bad revenge stories is just insane. Oh, someone stepped in front of me in a line, and I saw them in a different store, and I bought the last Snickers just to spite them. Nuclear revenge, everyone. I can't. I just can't. Some people are so unanimously pitiful, it physically almost hurts me. Well, it doesn't, because I simply don't care about these people who are absolute dish rags and let everyone walk over them, and then they lose entire chunks of their lives just to be a little bit petty and get back at someone who probably doesn't even care at the end of the day that even happened. Oh man, I can't. Well, these things do come from Reddit, so, you know, you don't have to be too much surprised that, you know, the people of Reddit are, well, they are what they are. Let's just put it at that. The people of Reddit are definitely something special. They are definitely something else. You help someone by accident, make their lives 10 times better. Yeah, I sure showed him. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some definitely good stories about someone trying to dick someone over, but the other person is just smarter. And, you know, it does show also the fact about the world that, you know, people in high positions a lot of the time are completely incompetent about what they do. So, you know, they get it goes to their head, they think that they're hot shit, and, you know, they abuse people like that. But the thing is, people who are completely incapable got in big positions because they knew someone. So if they get fired in the first place, the thing is, they will just get a new position like that without any problems. One, because they have prior experience and fuck bitches get money. And two, well, they got in that position first of all because they knew people. They most likely can get in another position because, well, they knew people, and every dick who is actually a dick and is bad at their job in a higher position is most of the time a person who at least is at the bare minimum good at creating contacts, which means, again, you get a person like that fired, they will just find a new job in a month, in 2 months, or maybe 3 months, and it's probably gonna pay more. It's probably gonna pay more. Yeah. Well, the world is full of spineless shitlords, so what can I say? If you're someone who enjoys these kinds of nuclear revenges, you probably should take a long look in the mirror and understand that, yeah, you need to change something about yourself, because life may be extremely hard and distasteful and just flat out unpleasant for you. Those are the signs that it's gonna most likely be like that, because you are incapable of standing up for yourself, or, you know, making people think that not walking over you is a good idea. Anyway, this was Quizzer Said Sen. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the channel, check out Discord, check out the Patreon, check out everything, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.